Despite the weather, City Council back at it at Henry Baker Hall for day 3 of budget deliberations. At the start, councillors were looking at a property tax hike at almost 16%, but this morning Mayor Chad Baczynski proposed a plan that had a lower rate. Donovan Maess has more.
An amendment from Mayor Chad Baczynski proposes to lower Regina's mill rate increase to 10.73%.
We've heard from delegates that made it very clear that we don't want to see a drastic increase in our taxes, and at the same time, we don't want to reduce services and cut the things that make our city livable and vibrant.
42 various cuts and deferrals are included in Baczynski's motion and could decrease city expenses by $12 million, including the removal of physical downtown parking meters and moving to a full cashless payment system, increasing transit fares by 10%, deferring transit fleet reserve investments to next year, canceling the addition of transit service for some late-night weekend and holiday routes, and reducing funding for economic development Regina, among others.
As we start to make deeper cuts, if that's what council is looking at, just gauge the impact versus the gauge of the impact of that dollar versus the gauge of the impact of that service.
At the previous 15.69% forecast, the average Regina household would have seen property taxes increase about $33 per month. At 10.73%, the increase would be about $23. CFO Darren Anderson says the city can provide adequate service levels at the newly suggested tax hike.
Council has set a strategic priority to remain in the lowest 25% of per capita taxes amongst our comparator cities. That requires us to stay below the city of Saskatoon. We can do this for 2026 with a tax increase of 10%.
Now, Baczynski calling his motion just a starting point, as it has yet to have been voted on. Budget debate is only just beginning, and the mill rate could fluctuate up or down at council's discretion to enhance services or cut even further. Deliberations are scheduled to last through Friday. Donovan Maess, CTV News, Regina.